Guys, this is me, Nabia, and welcome back to my channel. And actually, I need to welcome myself back to my channel because I've been kind of MIA. I've been doing some other things and coaching and mentoring, so I have not been on this channel, and I am sorry. All right, so you know that I had Don Daniels as a guest on my podcast, and he was talking about how you can actually get your mortgage paid from in between 7 to 9 years, which is awesome. And he talks to us about don't be afraid of the higher interest rate because he understands how to combat it. And if you didn't see that video, please take a look. I'll probably link it up here someplace. But what I'm going to talk to you about right now is ILF, Independent Living Facilities. Now, again, welcome back to my channel. I talk about all things real estate. So you will hear me talking about doing side hustles, making that extra cheddar, because out here in these streets, you need some extra money to get some things done. And I will create a playlist for each subject to make it easier for you. So if you want to know about side hustles, check out my link, and you will go straight to the playlist for side hustles. Now, if you want to know about tiny homes, we could talk about that. And if you want to talk about how to acquire tax liens and tax deeds, I have videos on that. And I also had Bren on my podcast, and she talked about how to tie up some things. And so there's so much to know about real estate, and there's so many different areas like fix and flipping. You have wholesalers, you have real estate agents, and you also have people that are just kind of standing on the sidelines trying to figure out, back in the days when you jump double dutch, you ladies, and you're trying to figure out when do I jump in? Well, some people are trying to figure out where do they jump in, not just when. But I want to, again, reintroduce you guys to my channel. So we're going to be talking about ILFs, Independent Living Facilities. And so I have been really blessed to work with a couple, Derek and Shay Forston of Forston Consultants. I want you to check out that link. Is going to be in the description. And what they're doing here in Florida and other states as well. So don't just get nervous. Why is it only in Florida? Okay, it's in other states. Wherever you are, you can do it. Wherever you are, you can do this. And so they're offering training on how to have your own ILF. So just for clarification, please understand, I'm not talking about assisted living. I'm not talking about group homes. Not talking about senior homes or anything like that. An ILF is simply a home for a person that's independent, hence the word independent, and you don't have to chase them around or get them to take their meds or chase them after the Meals on Wheels truck. You don't have to do anything like that. But these are people that perhaps because of their economic situation, they may not be able to afford a house or an entire apartment by themselves. And so what we're doing at Forston Consultants is renting out the beds. And so again, this takes house hacking to a whole nother level, because honestly, many years ago, I understood the term house hacking from Brandon Turner, and he used to be with Bigger Pockets. And so such a super nice guy. I met him a few times when I lived on Maui, and he had moved to Maui, so that was awesome. But I digress. So, independent living facility. So that's basically where you're renting out beds, and you are going to connect with caseworkers and social workers and even some hospitals, because people need to have a place to stay, someplace clean and someplace safe. Now, a lot of social workers that, according to Derek, they will put you anywhere. It could be rat infested, roaches, just not clean, and definitely not safe. And so his heart was that he wanted to provide a place that was good and clean and safe for people to come and rent. And so he tells his testimony about how he was a social worker and he made $28,000 a year. and there was somebody on that same job who was making $41,000 a month. People would not tell him what they were doing, how they were doing it, but she did show him her monthly stats. So he started to do a little bit of research. His wife tricked him into going to school. Aren't we just awesome? We're awesome. Sometimes, listen, because men don't always know. Anyway, so he was there making this $28,000 a year, which y'all already know that's not a lot of money. But when you have a heart to help people, then it makes all the difference in the world. And so he has a heart to serve, and I have a heart to serve, and perhaps you have a heart to serve and give someone someplace clean and safe to dwell. And so you would take, I'm giving you for an example, let's say you have a 4-bedroom, 2-house, a 4-bedroom, 2-house. I'll take that. Take 2. So let's say you had a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. You can take each bedroom and put 2 beds in there, and you rent out the bed. This is a genius idea. Genius, genius, genius. Again, as I said, it's taking house hacking to a completely another level. But then you may be saying, well, I can't afford a house. How are we going to do that? Well, you don't have to own the house. You can lease it. That's right, you can lease it. And so that makes it just a little bit easier. And so I want to point you in the direction of Forston Consultants because, again, it's a genius idea. You will help people, and you will be able to be a generational wealth builder in your home, in your community, for your family. And so if you have any questions about that, put some comments down there. Let me know that you're interested, and I will give you a little bit more information about how you can be a part of that team. You can do it, again, in any state that you live in, and you don't have to own the house. How about that? And then the cool thing is, when you've made a certain amount of money, then you can go purchase your own house someplace else and do it again and do it again. And so you can also rent these beds out, and it's really awesome. And I'll see if I can get some pictures up for you. But you can rent these beds out, and they're on a month-to-month lease. And so they're going to provide you with all the, oh, wait a minute. I'm talking about documentation. Here's the cool thing. You do not need a license. Now, if you were doing an assisted living or a group home, you would have to have a license. There would be a lot of regulations and red tape, but you do not need this at all. And so at Forston Consultants, they're going to show you exactly how to do that. But trust me, they're all over YouTube. And so you can actually stop in and visit and listen to Derek and Shay share on how they started and how this is really helping their communities and how they're training other people to do exactly what they do. So with that said, I am Dr. Nabia Bat-Yehuda, bringing you intimate truth. It's the truth that you embrace that makes you free. So stop in again, and we'll talk more about ILFs, Independent Living Facilities. All right, so those are the Forstons, and they are a premier consulting firm created to enrich the lives of others through knowledge and opportunities. And they are a full-service consulting business with the goal of helping others create a plan to operate an independent living facility. And so they also will help you get a website. They'll do all those awesome things. So if you want to come on into the family, come to the website, click on Learn More, and they will tell you exactly what they do. I had the pleasure of meeting them in Orlando, Florida, a couple of months ago. And so they are going to give you just some more information about who they are. And there's Derek. He will tell you that he has a big mouth and he's loud, but He's really a sweet individual. That's Derek Forston. And his wife, she also has a nonprofit, and it's really awesome because well, first of all, the name of her nonprofit is the Angela Denise Foundation, which aims to address the homelessness by offering affordable housing solutions and fostering relationships with the community for women in particular. So she does something a little bit different. So he has the business, she has the nonprofit, and it's perfect. So check it out and let me know what you think. Shalom.